It was snowing all morning, but now we have these little puffy cumuliform clouds. Don't worry, none of this is going to be on the test necessarily, because I thought this would help make sense of things maybe for you. So here's some puffy little cumulus clouds. It snowed all morning and it was a little bit warmer, so I can feel the temperature dropping a little bit. And with these little puffy cumulus clouds, well, that's some slight convection. So what's happening is a little cold front is moving through now for the afternoon. It's sinking, the cold air is sinking and the warm air is rising. And so we're getting just some weak convection. When it comes to low clouds, there's really two things that I look for. Is it convective or not? I can tell you a lot about what's going on based on that. So I always had this sort of way, even in a small pocket in the forest, I can get up and have a look. And these clouds will tell me what's happening. What I also know though, is that the snow isn't done. The question is, how much will we get here tomorrow? The orographic lift of the mountains pushes the weather up and over. It kind of sails over the Chilcotin and Caribou, and then it likes to hit the upslope side of the Caribou Mountains, say Wells, Barkerville, Yanks Peak, and that's why we get so much crazy snow there. Whereas here, often the snow and weather tends to go right over us. However, enough, we're at 1,400 meters where I'm standing right now, so that's high enough up above sea level, it will attract snowfall sometimes anyway. So there's about a meter of snow beneath my feet right now. So right now we had that low pressure this morning, that low density air, and that brought snow, and now some high pressure air is moving through. So often during storm chasing days in the summer when it's thunderstormy, one of the most important things to me is that convection process. I'm looking at these low clouds and I'm trying to see if there's a change in their behavior. At what point of the day does that change start? So maybe at 11 in the morning I see or maybe at 7 in the morning I see a bunch of speckles in the sky and I think, oh, instability in the upper atmosphere. Interesting. There's winds going different direction above us than there is where we are right here on the ground, and that tells me there's some conflict going on. And then I'll start seeing the little individual cumulus clouds and I say, okay, that convection's there. Now it's 9:30 in the morning. Well, then by 11, I start seeing them forming together and growing taller. I know what a full-grown developing thunderstorm looks like and how it behaves. So, but the rate of convection, the rate of its growth, and the strength of its growth and speed of it, you know, I can tell how strong of a storm am I going to get. If it's going to reach a real high potential by 3 in the afternoon, I know it's going to be, if it's going to convect that fast that by mid-afternoon it's going to be a storm, I can guess how strong that storm will be often. And if it's going to wait until 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, maybe it'll be weaker. It won't have that same energy driving it. So it's storm time of the day is often 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. And you'll notice this often. Doesn't mean thunderstorms don't happen during the height of summer and the middle of the night and things like that, or in the morning even. So there's our puffy little cumulus clouds. Weak convection. Whatever goes up must come down. So remember that in the summertime. The faster a storm is growing up, the harder she's going to come down somewhere. That's why you don't want to be in the forest when the lightning starts. Lightning likes to go to trees. Don't be near trees. Trees explode, and worse, you might get electrocuted. But also the gust fronts, or sometimes the wind events at the back of the storm can be very strong and knock trees down, and you do not want to be around when the trees all start coming down. So now it's later in the day, maybe 3 hours since I last talked. It's much colder now than it was, and we see that the cumulus behavior has changed. To the south of us, you can still see some cloud, but to the north, we have an Arctic air mass coming in, and that's keeping things colder, right? So you've got like kind of weak gravity waves. The clouds have sort of stretched themselves out. Things are evening out. The cold air is taking over and convection has stopped. There's no more rising warm air, really. There may be a tiny bit, but more or less the story right now is cold moving in, and that's how I can see it. It's the next day. The winds are picking up, temperature's warmed up some. These winds suggest to me that a snowstorm is almost here. We'll probably see snow starting to fall pretty soon. At the front of a system, such as a thunderstorm system or a big low pressure system, you can generally expect its arrival to begin with winds. A gust front of some sort along the front of the line. Oh no, I just threw my glove away. Into the snow, my mitten. No! No! Oh! Getting my mitten wet. I guess in the next hour we'll find out if I am right. Thank you for finally letting me film you. Been seeing you for days. Every time I get the camera out, you fly off.